Hey, I am really excited to jump into this book with you guys. Culture of Empowerment. So we're going to be diving into chapter 1 this week, and there's a few things that really stand out to me when I think about this book and when I read through that first chapter. But what I want you to do first is read that first chapter and then come back to this video. I don't want to prompt you on some things that maybe you will find for yourself. But a couple things, if you've just come back, I wanted to really just go over that stood out to me in the first chapter. A true culture of empowerment prioritizes relationships and heart connections. It's not something that is just a way to dish things off and get them off your plate, but it's something that you're truly looking at what the gifts and talents of the people around you are and really trying to sow into them so that they can grow. It's not a way to just get rid of stuff. That's something that I've always looked at with empowerment is it's another word for delegation, right? But I feel like delegation is one of those things that you think about when you're in a corporate environment and you're like, I'm going to delegate, and which is good. I mean, I feel like we all need to learn how to delegate. But inside of empowerment, it's a different dynamic. We are not only trying to delegate and open up more opportunities for ourselves so that we can grow, but we're also trying to grow the person that we're empowering and delegating to. So that's just one aspect of it. And part of that is it causes transformation in the lives of the people around us, right? When we can empower them and maybe stretch them beyond what they've done in the past, it really takes them outside of that comfort zone that they've maybe been in for a while, and it takes them and puts them in something different. And so it's something that we can do for others, even though we are maybe empowering, giving them more opportunity, giving them more responsibility. Maybe they don't even feel like they're ready for it. But sometimes we as leaders need to recognize when people are ready for that. The other thing it does is it creates boldness and confidence in those being empowered. So once they get some wins under their belt, and I mean, there's going to be failures. It's inevitable that we're gonna be empowering people that aren't quite ready for it. It happens. One thing I love that the first chapter says is that the same culture that created a Judas also produced 11 world changers. It's something to keep in mind that if we're trying to avoid the Judas, we're not going to find those diamonds in the rough. We're not going to find those fishermen turned into apostles, right? that we're looking for when people are coming on board under us. They might look like a tax collector. They might look like a Pharisee. They might look like a fisherman who it's like that's what they're good at. That's what they're supposed to do. But until we can see people in the light that God created them in, it's going to be really hard to know that. It's going to be hard to see them beyond that title that maybe the world's put on them, maybe their parents have put on them, right? Like I think about the apostles when we're talking about empowerment and how Jesus called them out of something that they had been in. And a lot of times in those societies, like fishermen, like their parents fished. And so like when they came up, like their dads and moms were probably like, you're going to be a fisherman because that's what our family does. So being able to see people outside of what culture has put them in, maybe being able to see people outside of what the boxes that they've put themselves in. Maybe we see somebody and they're like really quiet, right? And we see that they maybe they're not super bold when they're around us, but we see those inklings in them of leadership and that care and that love that they have for people. And we really want to be able to call that out and say, you are capable of this. You have this inside of you. God put this in there, and calling it out and calling them forth to follow, right? And to do something more. So those are a couple like really quick things. There's a lot more inside of that chapter. I'm probably going to share some notes with you that I had taken on that first chapter as well, just so that you can have them as we go forward. And it's something that's really going to be empowering to you. But it's great to get into this book with you guys, and I am really excited to hear what you have to say. Thanks, and have a great day.